Hi ladies and gentlemen, we're here live with no less than Marjet Fernan, one of the celebrity endorsers for the SM2SM Run Year 5. Good day, Marjet.
Good day, Jiggy.
And this is channel Y101. And first and foremost, Marjet, and before we talk about the SM2SM Run Year 5, can you take us to your journey? Because I know you're the president of a travel agency. It's called Destination Specialist, if I'm not mistaken. Take us to your journey on how you got to do what you're doing now. What was the catalyst? Why did you get to become a travel agent president and a runner at the same time?
Well, I've been in the business for the past 30 years. Well, I started working for my aunt who had a travel agency in Manila. And then when I decided to settle here because I got married to my husband now. Luckily, Raja Travel needed a manager for the outbound business. So since I already had 2 years experience in the travel agency in Manila, so I decided to get the job to man the Raja Travel Corporation here in Cebu. And for 17 years that we had that company until such time when I asked the owner of Raja Travel if I could have have majority shares of the business. So next thing I knew, we bought out the business. My husband and I bought out the business, and that's when we started Destination Specialist, which was sometime 2000.
Okay.
So until then, I have 3 branches in Cebu, and we've been doing good, and we've been leading in a number of airline, as far as production is concerned. And I'm just happy that I have the full support of my team, who has been, who's been working hard.
3 branches of Destination Specialists all over the city of Cebu. Very busy person. And I know that, of course, one of the things that you do, aside from being the president of a travel agency, is run. How on earth do you find the time to run, Marjet?
Well, I'm just glad I'm an early riser. So, I make sure I sleep like maybe 10 o'clock in the evening, and then it's no effort to me on having to get up at about 4:30 and 5. So I'm already out in the streets by 5 to 5:30, and then during the week I would train in Abellana, but weekends that's when we try to do some long runs. So before 7 o'clock, I'm done with my my running activities. So it's very convenient, and because it doesn't conflict with my schedule during the day.
Of course, obviously you're preparing for the SM2SM Run Year 5, but on a regular day, when you're not preparing for a run, when there's no run to prepare for anyway, do you still run, or do you only practice, or do you only prepare, do you only run when there's a run or a competition or a marathon to prepare for?
No, it's been part of my daily activities.
Daily?
So, I would run at least 4 to 5 times a week, and then during those rest days, I used to go to yoga, but lately I've just been doing some cross training at home. So it's I look forward to doing something every day. So it's really just more to sweat out.
You mentioned to us in an earlier interview on the radio on the Y101 that you've only been running for 5-6 years, right? So you took up this sport fairly late. Would I be correct in saying that?
Yes. Yeah.
So my question here is it difficult to start running at a later age in life? Because from what you mentioned also on the radio, that you're already in your golden years, and running at this age might be difficult for most people.
Well, I guess you just have to start the right way. Well, we started just joining Sunday events.
Okay.
But then, as we went along, like I decided to, get some formal training.
Okay.
And, there's so many elite runners who are just too happy to
Yeah.
share,
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
the running tips that they've learned all this life. So, and they also earn from it. So, I have a number of friends already who have helped me here. And well, it's something that whether I'm preparing for a competition or it's been like a part of my daily routine. So it's something that I need to do.
Has it helped you in your general well-being? Your health.
Oh yes.
All this running for the past 6 years.
Well, my business can be a very challenging business too, but I learned not to give up on anything. Right now our business is also in competition with online bookings, but then your attitude towards it is something that you just have to go on and do your best. So it's the same way with running, like as you start, especially the first few Ks that you have to run, it's like you're trying to build up your endurance. But once you're in the middle of everything, it becomes a bit comfortable until such time you get to the finish line. You're so much
right?
so much pressure, and sometimes I read a lot of articles about it, and it really helps, like when you imagine yourself while you're in the middle of everything. You imagine yourself seeing your friends and relatives cheering you up at the finish line. So it's really a mind over matter na. So it's more also your determination to really get to the finish line and get the medal at the same time.
Yes, of course. That is running. Of course, is a metaphor for life. You don't give up, and then you cross the finish line, and then you look back and what you've accomplished, and you feel like you can do anything.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like every time you get to the finish line, our famous phrase is, "No, I'm not gonna do it again. And this is gonna be my last. This is gonna be my last." And then after so many weeks, we go see different events and say, okay, yeah, maybe we can do another and join this event here.
It's funny that you mentioned that. Last 2012, I ran the Cebu City Marathon, and I told myself while I was limping all the way to the finish line, this will be the last time I'll do this. So I'm never going to do the 42K, the full marathon. But just a few weeks ago, when there was Cebu City Marathon 2015 happened, I was hosting it, and I told myself, maybe I can do it again.
So you did it?
No, I'm going to practice for hopefully for 2016. Because it takes a long time to practice for a full marathon, right?
Well, we wish our local government can improve the roads and have a clear-cut sidewalk or even an area where the runners and the bikers can pass through, because well, that's why I have to make sure that I'm done with my running by 6:30, because the pollution and the cars
and the PJs.
Yeah, it's not very beneficial to what we're doing. So I guess I just look forward to having a more friendly environment
for runners,
for the runners and the bikers.
We will definitely push for that. I'm sure Y101 is always pushing for bike lanes, for safety, for everyone and all that stuff. So speaking of friendly environment, of course the SM2SM City Cebu Run Year 5 is happening. It's already happening this Feb 22. What are your thoughts on the SM2SM City Run Year 5? You're running the 12K from what I understand. Are you trying to hold your personal best? I mean, what was do you remember your personal record for 12K?
I can't remember, but yeah, I really hope I can finish it in maybe an hour, and well, I hope not to reach an hour and 30 minutes.
Okay.
Because I know it's quite a challenging experience for us, especially when you're kind of pressured about it. But sometimes it's all like I know, you know, being in this sport activity, you know, as you go along, you know, you get more challenge. But I guess what's important is, you know, you finish and get to the finish line.
That's the most important part, right?
Yeah.
And looking back at what you've done, you know that you've finished before, so you know you've done the 42K, so I'm sure the 12K will be a piece of piece of
Yes,
cake.
I hope so.
Why don't you invite them one more time to join the SM2SM Run Year 5, Marjet?
Yeah. I'd like to invite everyone to join the SM2SM run. Well, management of SM is doing their best to make it one of the biggest run and most enjoyable run here in Cebu City. So I'll see you all on February 22.
Gun start is at 5 a.m.
Yeah,
if I'm not
5
mistaken, for the
a.m.
21K. Thank you so much, Marjet. Thank you so much. Thank you.
See you, Jiggy. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Marjet, the president of Destination Specialists, of course, she is one of the celebrity endorsers for the SM2SM Run Year 5. Thank you.